Hello, I'm Sister Roberta Brich. When asked what was the golden thread that ran through the course of the coming of the Sisters of Humility to the United States in 1864, for me it was our roots, the land, our oneness with the land. Not only the significance of the name itself, humility coming from humus, but our many other connections with the land that has been part and product of who we are. From the time of our founders' work in rural France to draining swampland for living and cultivation of crops in New Bedford, Pennsylvania, then moving to a sparsely populated area of the Diocese of St. Joseph, Missouri, the connectedness with the land and rural peoples have contributed to the sisters' distinguishing characteristic of simplicity and steadfastness in the face of major challenges. Our connection with the land continued in our journey to Ottumwa, Iowa, where the CHM Mother House was situated on a farm, and the sisters tended the orchard, picking grapes and strawberries and apples for meals, as well as raising chickens for food. The land has not only been a source of our physical growth, but has also been a source of our spiritual growth, deep love and respect for all of creation. We cannot fail to mention our establishment of a mother house in Montana. Most certainly the words of Chief Seattle, "The earth does not belong to us, we belong to the earth," permeated the very being of the Sisters of Humility, born in and or who ministered to the people of Montana. Once again, the land called us to minister to the poorest of the poor in Mexico, climbing the mountains on their hands and knees, full of mud. The sisters ministered and served the most isolated natives and Indians in the most rural areas. They were often the only face of the church these people saw. As you have or will hear, education and health are our major ministries, or were for many years. As a congregation, there were many of us from farming areas ourselves, dedicated to serving the rural children and adults in these areas. We remember the young students in our schools being excused from classes to help with spring planting, haying, or picking corn. In turn, the sisters were rewarded with fresh fruits, vegetables, sweet corn, and meat because we understood what was required when depending on the land for a living. Our present connection with the land continues through the ministry of Our Lady of the Prairie Retreat on a 200-acre farm in rural Iowa. A sacred space in the midst of prairie grasses, wildflowers, and a productive garden, all under the protective eye of Joseph on the journey. Through the graces of our Creator, we now own a piece of land on which is situated the CHM Center in Davenport, Iowa. Blessed by the many flowering trees and newly cultivated land for a vegetable garden, it is easily one of the most beautiful properties in Davenport. My prayer is that we never forget what we do to the land, we do to ourselves. One final thought. It seems most appropriate then, since the golden thread running through our lives is the land, that for our final resting place, we will be held in the arms of Mother Earth.